Hello Aries, welcome or welcome back to Mind, Body and Heart Tarot Therapy. I'm here to do the reading for June 2020. I hope you're well, Aries. It's been quite an intense time for all of us in so many different aspects. And yeah, this month it's gonna keep up the pace. Moon eclipse, we had a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. We started the eclipse season. We have a lot of retrogrades, with the most prominent being Venus in retrograde in Gemini still. I think it's going to be for the rest of the month. I forgot exactly when it's going to end. And yeah, there's a lot going on. You have the outer planets in retrograde as well. Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn, just as Jupiter is. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. We are asked to do a lot of work right now. Retrograde means us examining and doing a lot of personal work in these areas and themes. And one of them, with the Venus being retrograde in Gemini, is about what we love, communication, relationship, and so on. So you have the Five of Pentacles as your current energy. Okay. Now let's see what's your challenge. The Star is your challenge. Four of Swords is your advice. And the Wheel of Fortune as your future energy. Bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Cups as the theme of your reading, the underlying energy, the driver of this month's work. Okay, so you're working with your past, you're working with integration of certain emotional experiences that maybe haven't been integrated. And also to remember the good bits as well. Sometimes we forget. We can get fixated on the bad parts or the traumatizing experiences or the painful experiences. And then we forget that there was also love there somehow, that we all had joy as well, and so on. It's about connecting also to that place of safety, the safe space within ourselves, to the kindness, to the of figures in our lives, and connecting with that energetic emotional experience of kindness and love and being held and cared for. Five of Pentacles means that you feel pretty isolated right now. Yeah, you feel pretty like anyway, let's I want to pull out the clarifiers before I go even deeper into this. So you have the Sun of Swords with the Five of Pentacles as your current energy. Why is the Star here as a challenge? The Son of Pentacles is your challenge with the Star. You have the Daughter of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords with the Four of Swords as your advice. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here as your future? The Six of Cups again, wow. And the Eight of Pentacles as future energy. And you have the High Priestess. Okay, yeah. Reflection time, time to go within, meditation, time to feel your feelings, time to... This is a time for you to rearrange your reality, your inner reality of how you're perceiving the world. You know, there's so much going on out there. We need to process all these experiences. First, there's, I don't know, come on, this year had been mad from day one. And yes, we had this time, some of us to process, some of us don't or didn't. Some of us had to work really hard during pandemic times and lockdown and things like this. And yeah, I mean, like the global events are intense and they reflect back at us a lot of different things about how the system is working or not working, and the value of work, the value of self, the value of solidarity, the value of all these. I mean, justice systems, healthcare, how important it is to have a thriving environment, to not supportive groups, all that. But we don't. We need to take in that experience and to reflect on how does that change my view of the world. Our view of the world is constantly changing, but we don't catch up with it most of the time, and then we just feel ungrounded, and then we reverse back to old behaviors because we don't know how to process our experience. It is time for you to do it, and I think that you're gonna have some type of continuity, taking the lessons from the past, connecting to those, as I said, like those feelings of kindness that I now remember the kindness of strangers. When did you experience that? When somebody out of the blue, without knowing you, without wanting anything from you, they were just kind with you. Remember the kindness of a beloved grandmother or grandfather or a figure in your life that was truly kind to you, and allow yourself to reincorporate the experience that you're having, even especially if it was a bit dark and bleak, and reconnect to this feeling of joy and connection and kindness. And that will help you you see, like this tigress here, she has this globe here, and it feels like that's the world. And this, to me, it shows like almost like an alchemic process. It's like the whole universe in there. The tigress is guarding up. It's creating space for that to happen. The tigress is a very individualistic animal. Tigers are. They're very protective of their cubs. They raise their cubs alone, so they really know how to hold space for the loved ones. I think that you are asked to play that role now. Hold space for yourself. And maybe there's a message also that you are somehow safe, you're somehow um protected, like some type of divine protection from your family member from the past, one of those, that kindness figure that comes to your mind right now as you listen to this Six of Cups story. All right, so you have the Five of Pentacles with the Sun of Swords as your current energy. This is this is really feeling isolated, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like nothing amounts to anything. It's a feeling lack and poverty, and feeling damaged, feeling unworthy, feeling lost in this mentality and this part of the world, creating a world based on lack. And I know that sounds weird. It's more of how we see the world, how because we don't really. I mean, we create our own world. And if my past experience tells me, or what I remember, or where I focus from my past is that I'm not good enough, I'm damaged, I'm somehow, and people will always abandon me and betray me, then this is what I'm going to respond to. We have a negativity bias. And that means that the world is concocted basically only on these beliefs and principles. And I think with the Son of Swords here, I think that you are required, or you are capable, or you are invited to start bringing clarity to yourself in this situation, you know. The owls talk about focus. No, well, they talk about the truth that comes from the world beyond again. So do follow your emotions and your intuitions in this sense, but not the emotions as in like, okay, I'm acting out on my emotions and hey, you make me feel bad, that means you must be bad and I'm good or whatever. Or you make me feel bad, that means I am bad. It's not in that sense. If I feel the way I feel in this moment, it doesn't mean that I am any of those things. If I'm feeling bad, it doesn't mean I am bad. And this is something that I think this clarity is going to come through. To not identify with this part of yourself that feels abandoned, betrayed, lost, based on past experiences. Remember also the good stuff. There is good stuff in there. We all have it. And sometimes the less we have it, the more it amounts to be truly moving. And sometimes we just, yeah, we forget because we're so focused on in our misfortunes. You see, these people are indeed suffering here. This lady doesn't have shoes and she walks barefoot in the snow. That must be terrifying and painful, and I'm sure she feels horrible. And this person is lacking a leg, so you know that they're so, or it's not lacking, it's just wounded. They're so unhappy about this situation that they disregard the fact that they can actually get help here in the church. There is help available. Well, you just have to see it, and that would the Son of Swords is about bringing clarity to this, that you are not as, you are not these things. You, if you had experienced failure or abandonment or betrayal or rejection, that does not mean that you are bad, unlovable, not good enough, and things like this. There is a lesson there. The lesson can very much amount to exactly this: being open to receive, ask for help. You Aries can be quite proud. You can get things done quite fast, and you're very strong, you're a pioneer, you're very fiery. Maybe it's a lesson in humility. Bring clarity to it, whatever the lesson is. And you are the one who needs to rescue these parts of yourself that feel in this way. And you will. Sooner or later. The Son of Swords can be a little bit harsh in communication, so really check your inner dialogue there. Really check your inner dialogue. The tone of which you talk to yourself. Are you just being stubborn and, I don't know, harsh on yourself, or are you actually allowing in compassion? Only compassion will be transformative. The clarity that comes through awareness, but a dispassionate type of awareness, not this we need to change, we need to do like this, stop crying, stop telling yourself that you're nothing, and no, that's not how it's going to work. Clarity brought in with loving compassion, with awareness, that's going to change. That's going to create lasting change, and not make the parts of yourself that feel like shit having to hide from your conscious awareness and slip into the shadow and then drive you from there where you can't even see them and what's going on. So you have an opportunity now to see what part of you feels separated and feels in this way, and to bring clarity to it. Okay, and you're probably doing it already. This is your current energy. The challenge is to start with the Son of Pentacles. Yeah, what I was saying, it's challenging to bring healing here. And Son of Pentacles, that means that the Page of Pentacles is transformation that comes naturally, growth that, you know, same way that a child is well fed and given the right environment will just grow naturally. That's the type of transformation that goes with the Page of Pentacles. Here it's what is this? A deer. that a male deer that is growing and is maturing, and it's understanding the value of things, and it's understanding that, you know, sometimes it's okay to be in the dark, because that's how we learn the wisdom from there too. And the star talks about, like, you know, it's the water bearer, it's about vulnerability, it's about opening up, it's about feeling what needs to be felt, but from that, again, feeling not with not with passion, in the sense of like, oh my god, I feel so bad, that means this or that. It's a feeling of release, a feeling of, I feel this, I know what it is, and I let it go, not holding on to it, not having to change it, not having to push it away, not having to feed it either. And being, again, there's guidance and protection here, but I think that you're not seeing it, because this is your challenge position. Check on the astrology reports. Maybe you find something in there that makes sense to you, but keep an open mind. The star does mention about being aware of the planetary movements. Four of Swords with the Daughter of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Ah, sorry, this is not the page. This is the Knight, the Son of Pentacles. That part with the darkness and looking and seeing the benefit of the dark as well. I think it still makes sense, because I can see this pentacle being here on the black background. But I also see it being like, I don't really know what this orange is, but to me it looks like the sun, or I don't know, the gold. The gold is there. And I want to say elk, the deer is like with the head in the darkness, but you see there's light coming that's gonna lift this darkness. It's just a time. So there's actually much more about expansion of your mind, to include ways of which you can create this healing space for yourself, how you can reach out to yourself, how can you do the logistics around it. Okay, so this is the Page of Pentacles. That's the whole part with the transformation that comes as a child. You know, it's a young deer that is growing, and there's the rainbow here, which means joy and wonder. You know, being wondering around things and how things happen and change and so on, and be curious about this process. It's again on the earth realm, so I think you know, by keeping a calm, clear, meditative state, creating the opportunity for yourself to meditate, I think it's really important. If you haven't tried meditation, give it a try. Be gentle with yourself. Find something that works for you. Maybe something simple that is just, I don't know, mindfulness of the body, or body scan. So, or I don't know, yoga nidra, something that will really help you come into a restful state and not just race in your mind. And the healing takes place on its own, the transformation, the growth. And also the Ten of Swords is coming as advice. You need to let go. You need to allow this identification of the past to happen. Identification with not good enough, not worthy enough, or I am bad, I am blah blah blah, or this person makes me feel bad, or the world is against me, I'm always going to blah 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 blah. Whatever it is that you're identifying here with, that it's of a thought pattern and internalized belief, it's now called to be released. Be aware of it and let it go. It's not you. It never was. You just thought it was. This will happen naturally as you allow yourself to be present with this transformation process. The letting go comes through full acceptance for things as they are, not having to change it, not having to perfect yourself, not having to strive, not having to run towards an end goal or to achieve things in a certain way. That's when the patterns come into place, and that's when we create again and again and again the same experience. This opportunity to calm yourself down, to meditate, to allow the reflection of the old, and allowing the higher emotions to come into place, such as compassion and unconditional love. That's what's going to let this part of it that's been running mindlessly and crazy and just acting out, to finally go to rest. It's a type of surrender. And this goes through real change. The Wheel of Fortune talks about change, talks about growth, talks about expansion, about luck. And you have again with the Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. I think that allowing yourself to really go through this process brings you a lot of fortune, good fortune, and creativity, being able to create the destiny that you want to create, being able to create the structure into place that are needed for you in order to again process what needs to be processed and draw the nourishment from your past experience and from the present moment as well, from the earth, from your roots. Allow your roots to go deep. Allow yourself to be aware of whatever is there, and allow yourself to be nourished by the emotions that you have that reflect that nourishment, because that's there too, not just the dark. This does make me think about family tree, and like this is the tree, but the roots go deeper, and this is again about the past. And Spider talks about creativity. It talks about like creating your destiny, concocting the net, and being patient. Allow for divine timing. Divine timing is coming, though. It's coming the time. It's creating the time for you to really go into your creative power. But not being haunted by your past, by making peace with your past and letting go of these identifications. Okay, I'm going to pull out the Rumi Oracle. Let's see if this can manage to summarize a little bit this whole reading. Let's give a final message to my dear Aries for the month of June 2020. Celestial Rose of Ma. Yeah, this is very much related to this Ten of Swords here, which comes as your advice, and with this Five of Pentacles. I'm going to read it to you. It's the number 10. 10 of Swords, yeah. 10. There's an end of a cycle here. That's just enabling a new one. So the poem from Rumi says, "The taste of bitterness becomes sweetness in love. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. Love transforms thistles into jasmine. Love layers heaven and gifts us with wings of soar into its mystery. Love transforms our every thought into a desire of the heart. Oh, love, how divine is your luring. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Your very nature is radiant with joy. Your manifest vibrant hues in every flower. Your touch dazzles all creation. Every particle is attracted toward you, longing to unite and dwell in you." Rumi. Okay, I'll read the interpretation. So a spiritual gift is on its way to you. The celestial rose of the Divine Mother is a precious offering of sacred love to the soul. That love can lift you beyond what you have known, beyond self-imposed limits, by the uplifting fragrance of grace. You will begin to think your thoughts you have never dared think before. You will feel moved by life, by its sacredness, in a way hit hurt or elusive to you. You will feel ecstasy without apparent cause, and you will feel as though every breath is a seductive caress of the heavenly lover. You will be open and surrendered in a way you have longed to be, but in a way you've never known quite how to go about. But this is gorgeous. The spiritual gift signifies the ending of a period of suffering and the opening up to a time of new opportunities, the Ten of Swords, and opening up to a time of new opportunity, a flourishing and thriving release of your unique soul fragrance into the world. It is a gift worth having. This is the creating of that, like releasing of your unique soul fragrance into the world. And this talks about that whole flourishing and thriving, right? Okay. So then, the sticking point is not the value of the gift. The sticking point, the place where one can stumble and place hands onto the ground to break a fold rather than open them to receive, is in the thorn. The thorn is the point of pain. It is what tears at you, but it is essential for you to receive the rose. Your thorn may be the love you need to let go of now, so you are open to present rather than your haunted past. Sorry. I'm so glad that that came exactly that way, the haunted past. Your thorn may be the fear that if you grow too vibrant and embrace the magnificence of your being, others will shun you out of jealousy or fear and leave you alone. Your thorn may be a constant need to bargain with life, that you shall take one step provided certain unwanted events don't take place, rather than just accepting it and living it as it is presented to you. Your thorn may be looking deep within the heart and removing a crown of thorns representative of your suffering over a long time. This looks a bit like a crown of swords, right? This has been stabbed quite a lot. So representative of your suffering over a long, long time. Letting it go, allowing the heart to heal. This with a sense of virginal purity to emanate from the heart, realizing that even great suffering has not tarnished its radiance, but only allowed it to grow strong. Your ready for love heart can now be free from expectation and instead be open to life with curiosity and reverence. Oh, those thorns! They have served their purpose, not in and of themselves, but rather that they have proven you worthy of the rose and ready now to receive its beauty, healing, and grace. Whatever your thorns are or have been, be willing to deal with them, to face them, and most importantly, to release them without any shred of doubt, shame, guilt, or reincrimination, beloved. They have served, and now their purpose has been completed. The celestial rose of Ma promises a gift worth so much more than any pain you are holding on to, so release to receive now. Can you sense the dew soft petal and luscious fragrance opening to you now? So there's a ritual that you can do to help you in this process. If you feel the call, do it. If not, let it go. So place your hands in an open palm, upward facing posture at the front of your chest, as if open and ready to receive. I told you you need to open yourself up to receive here. Say the following: Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, guide the spiritual gift of the Divine Mother, the blessing of the celestial rose of Ma, into my open hands and open heart, that I may know myself to be a cherished, holy child of the universe, with my life unfolding according to sublime grace. Help me surrender whatever stands in the way of such fulfillment now. May I be blessed to release pain and be open to joy. Through merciful compassion, so be it. Close your hands in prayer at your heart and bow your head. You have finished your ritual. All right, my dear Aries, this is a really beautiful journey. It may not feel great, but I think it's really, really There's a huge gift in here for you. You can do this. You can allow yourself to be present and to release that pain. Don't identify yourself with it. I know it's easy to say and harder to do, but trust, baby, trust in yourself, especially. You've really got this. You got it covered. Okay, Aries, if you resonated with this reading and if it makes sense to you, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and may our practice benefit all beings. I'll see you here next month.